If n and t are positive integers, is n a factor of t? So in order to answer this, we'd either need to be able to figure out the exact values of n and t, or at least figure out some kind of relationship, for example, their ratio, something like that. So statement number 1 tells us that n equals 3 to the n minus 2. Well, first of all, I notice that t isn't mentioned at all. So in fact, even if we figured out the value of n, since we don't know anything about t, this statement would be insufficient. But before I leave it behind, I'm going to play with this a little bit and see if does this actually tell me a value for n. We know that n is an integer, so I'm just going to plug in. Now if I pick something less than 2, I'm going to get a negative integer, so I don't want that. If I pick n equals 2, I get 2 equals 3 to the 0. That doesn't work. If I pick n equals 3, I get 3 equals 3 to the 3 minus 2, which is 3 to the 1. That works. So really, statement number 1 is equivalent to the statement n equals 3. So again, that is insufficient by itself, but knowing the value of n might prove useful later. So now we totally forget about statement number 1, focus exclusively on statement number 2. Here we get t equals 3 to the n. And we want to know, is n a factor of t? Well, we know that t, if it equals an integer power of 3, is going to be divisible by 3 and lots of other numbers, and the powers of 3. But if n is anything other than a power of 3, if n is 5 or 6 or 7 or 8, then n is not going to be a factor of t. So there's no way to know right here whether n is going to be a power of 3 or not. And so, since we have no way of knowing, this statement by itself is insufficient. Both statements are insufficient, so now we combine the statements. And what's particularly powerful now is, from statement number 1, we know n equals 3. We did the work to figure that out. Well, we'll just plug that right in. If n equals 3, t equals 3 to the 3. 3 to the 3 is 27. And so now the question is 3 a factor of 27? It certainly is. So now we have sufficient information to answer the question when the statements are combined. So this is answer choice C.